Hey everyone, it's Monday the 28th of February. The time is 3:02 p.m. and the temperature outside is 32 degrees. We are at Pasir Ris Hawker Center. I'm going to walk through it and also return my glass while we do it. I stopped by here for lemon tea. It's very good. And now we're going to go walk around some areas of Pasir Ris. First, let's this is a new system. There's also some art here. Still got, but yeah. So the idea today, I was thinking we'd walk through some of the heritage trail in Pasir Ris. Starting here at the Hawker Center and walking to the park there, the town park rather than the Pasir Ris Park, which is by the beach. I was there earlier today. And we'll see how far we get. I did that walk some time ago, and part of it was actually a really large sort of side of the construction site. Look at these things on display here though. It's very good. So here we are, let's go. Out of the Hawker Center into the sunny outside. So yeah, I'm going to skip the part that I found was really uninteresting the last time I attempted it. And I thought we'd start here. This is Pasir Ris Central Hawker Center. I'm trying to see that while I talk to you, sorry. There's a really nice part of Pasir Ris here where they have a couple of areas where you can do basically fishing. Got these little umbrellas that we're coming to. We'll walk by all of that. There's the interchange and the MRT station. This is the last station of the Green Line. So we're in east. And I have some coins in my pocket which are making a really annoying noise. Take care of that. Yeah, we're going to walk apart. I think this might have the heritage trail actually. So we're going to walk part of that. So not to the beach, but kind of following the blue line a little bit, I guess. We're now at the Hawker Center there, which is in the middle of the orange circle. But we'll make our way following more or less a little bit of that blue line, not all of it. I'm making it up a little bit as I go, and it's a warm day. We'll see how far we get, but that's the idea. This is the more interesting part to start. So if you're ever doing the heritage trail walk, the temple where it starts at is at the other end is really nice, but then from there, at least the last time, it was a construction. And this is so much nicer. You'll see once we get to the water there. There are little restaurants by the water. I think if this was like a weekend, we might see more people around this area as well. I'm still trying to get those coins sorted. Done. All done with that. So yeah, these are really nice restaurants, kind of attached to where the fishing is. And then there's a nice little park that will take us to one of the main roads going through Pasir Ris. Wondering which route is nicer. Nah, let's go there. I'm tempted to go here. You could see it was drawing me in towards that water edge there. It's called Catch. So yeah, you can have your little umbrella there and just fish, I guess. I think we're going to see some gentlemen in action here. But this is ocean fishing. I don't know if there are different places. And there's kampong fishing, anglers only. So yes, they have like their own little places. Don't get through here. Oh, I think we might have to go around to get to the main route there, through here. I think that's really just for people going to the water section. There's no sort of through way there, but there is one around here. You can see there's the focus center. It's quite a nice looking building actually, quite striking. And then just by it are these water areas here. The last time I was here it was a Friday. I was quite busy. But this being a Monday afternoon, just after 3 I think, you wouldn't expect to see that many people. There are some quite nice buildings on the riverside, but I think there is some construction here. Let's have a quick peek here, whether the path here is nice or it's just between these barriers. I think it's going to be barriers all the way. Yeah, that's not very cool. I'm not feeling it. Let's go this way, take a left on the other side, and we can at least see palm trees and the water. And some really beautiful red flowers as well. Hopefully the construction site ends at some point and we can have a view at the river. And earlier today I took a bus from the beach through the other parts of, not all the other parts, but some of the other parts of Pasir Ris. And there are quite a few HDB estates and condos around, so this is a large area that we're only seeing a small portion of today. You can see some of that going on at the other side there. Some of the buildings. So here's some more fishing. A few people are out there today. I'm hoping we can catch a view of these buildings on the other side from somewhere. Let's see. I think there's a bridge. Maybe they've left access to the bridge. It's kind of a warm day with the sun directly up there. But also a nice change after having quite a bit of rain. So warm and lovely. So when I first saw this, I had no idea what it was. Figured it out pretty quickly, but it's interesting to have that sort of in the town center. It's kind of a nice water element as well. It's not like it's in any way an unpleasant thing to have. Well, here are the houses, and there is the bridge. I think from the bridge I'll be able to show you this. A couple of houses that have a kind of a unique look on the riverside. I'll got through the exercise corner here. So if I haven't shown you before, there are instructions so you don't hurt yourself and do the right thing. It is blocked there. Might not be blocked for the ramp up though. Is that on purpose? Did someone move it? Da, da, da. Here are the buildings I'm talking about, with the unique kind of a ceilings, roofs. There's some kind of a net under the bridge. I'm not sure we should be going there right now, but that's the view of the buildings anyway. These are the ones I wanted to get a look at. I think they're quite nice. They have like a really colorful feel, and the individual little roofs as well. It's quite cute. Fairly unique. And here we go. Let's go back onto the route that is definitely open. It was kind of difficult when they leave one part open and the other not. Maybe someone moved the barrier a little bit with them, sort of get their bike through. So it won't be a long stretch of this park, but it's a really nice calm area in the middle of town. It's quite busy over there with the bus interchange, the MRT, all of that. So it's kind of a nice green outdoor space. And there's also a notice of the park connector being closed. Don't know what's going on with these rocks over here. They'll stay on path though. Another one of these nicely designed, a little bit different buildings on the other side. Most of the buildings here, I understand, especially sort of the earliest architecture, tends to be around the sort of beach theme and sea theme. Say no to feeding wildlife, like I think monkeys were the example used there. Didn't see any monkeys, but that doesn't mean they're not there, or other wildlife. So I think, yeah, we will try to, or I will try to, walk to some of that architecture I mentioned, which is sort of a beach themed or sea themed. We're going to Pasir Ris Drive 1. Once again, road names based on the place we're at. And we have construction on both sides, I think. But maybe we'll stick to this side for now. That one looks like there's a sound barrier and all sorts of that sort of thing going on. I really like these tops of the building. Kind of have the same idea as the ones we just saw, but just kind of on top of each of these HDB buildings. That's kind of unique. And this side as well. And almost no water going under there. It's a little bit of breeze and it's really welcome on a day like this. Kickstart your green journey today. Over $25,000 worth of prizes to be won. It did not exactly say what to do to kickstart it, but sounds like a good initiative. Another sign telling us to get rid of stagnant water. Always a problem. Just to maybe share with those who are not familiar with that sort of thing, we do get visits. I do get visits from people who come and check, for example, that I don't have any planters for plants or things and leave water there or in the bathroom or kitchen so the mosquitoes cannot breed. I don't know if it's area based and not everyone gets it, or if everyone gets those visits. I haven't had one for a while now. I think it's dependent on the season as well. But so far everything's always been good. They're always very nice people. So here you see a few different HDB color themes going on. From the greens to the purples, and then kind of peach, light orange maybe. And maybe another shade of green coming up. I like spotting those. I have my favorites. It's a nice colorful way of kind of giving areas and buildings a little bit different feel. So we're at Pasir Ris Drive 6 now. And it turns into Street 11, which I do want. Is there a crossing there? Yes, there is. stand in the shadow until the light changes. Coffee shop on the other side, I think. Here we go. Green light. And the car tried to turn, but the arrow is red. They just assume that it's going to be green with the pedestrians, I think. And they had to actually, they were kind of in the middle of that junction there, and they had to go back. So the reason for taking this route is to see some of the architecture here. I think this is a good place to start, although it's not the one mentioned on the heritage route. I quite like them. They have kind of a nice feel, design. And it's basically just a roof on top and the kind of outside design, I guess. It's not really that different from the surrounding HDB buildings, blocks. But I guess anything that sort of resembles a more traditional house is always kind of appealing. Compared to something like that is just a block, right? I like when they put those little details on the buildings. And the sort of brown color buildings ahead, I think, are some of the ones which have the nautical designs. We'll get there in a moment, and then I'll cross the street and we'll probably get a good view from the other side. Oh, no shadow. It is a warm afternoon. And there is a Loyang Secondary School on the other side. Welcome, happy and caring school. That's nice. It's kind of a nice way to start that. These buildings coming up now are kind of the ones mentioned for their design. There's sort of a lighthouse in the middle there, which we probably will see from the other side. And I guess those are kind of the round windows, or they're probably not windows, they may be just part of the design. But anyway, those round shapes also have that kind of reference. And very nice looking buildings. And yeah, they do have a unique style. I like that the HDB buildings and the estates tend to have themes, starting from the colors, I guess. Like that's very common to find the different colors. But then you have special places where they really put something interesting into the design. And that's always, I think, I mean, you can always debate whether you like it or whether it's a lighthouse or not. But I think you have to kind of give them credit for trying and putting those things in and sort of improving on the designs instead of just kind of printing out block after block. Like this place definitely has its own feel. And I'm sure some people will, for example, like these other houses better, and they have the right to do so, but it's good to have those projects where you kind of try different things and also make these different kind of buildings. I like it personally. I think it's a very nice design. So they're doing lift works. Okay. I guess these are already a little bit older houses or buildings. Oh, the school across there, this is the same school by the way, has a climbing wall. That must be fun to have. So we'll turn on to Pasir Ris Street 12. But before we do, let's have a look at the next buildings behind here, which also should have a little bit different theme. And on the other side is just a wall of blue and white buildings. We'll go there shortly. Just wondering if I can see these buildings best from the other side or going forward. Maybe from this side. Let's go to the other side and see. They have these little like almost towers at the top. I think we might get a better view crossing. There are no cars anywhere. I'm being held at a light. The ages-old dilemma. Oh well. There's a car coming now. Do they get stopped? No. That would have been kind of unfortunate but funny. Waiting for another car now. And I have pressed it. There is a red light. So, not just stupidly standing here. Yeah, changing now. I think whether you cross on red also depends a little bit on the country. The Finns are very reluctant historically or traditionally to cross. Here's a good view of the houses. Yeah, I thought it might be better from this way. So you can see they've also got these nice rooftop structures, kind of like towers. That's pretty cool. And nice to have these really different designs next to one another. I do have a feeling we're going to cross again fairly soon, but let's go this way. Let's take the side with the tall trees for my sake. It's got quite a nice view with the trees kind of shadowing all the way. Perfect for a day like this, the nature zone covered walkway. Although it must be tricky. I mean, imagine those grow and things are going to fall on the street. So like I said, I'm not going to do the whole heritage trail route. I think big parts of it were basically just walking for about half an hour next to sites that were not very, very interesting at all. So I hope I can do a little bit more. We'll see. There's a bird singing with lots to say. The orange color really stands out on the building in the junction there. You can do quite a lot with colors. We got purple here, orange in the junction, blue and green. I think some parking with, again, kind of peach, orange. But yeah, it's, as an area, Pasir Ris has so many different residential areas. It has the mixture of HDBs and then the condos, and then near the beach there's this pretty unbelievable residential area with some of those, I'd call them mansions. A lot of them seem to be owned by businesses or organizations, and they're pretty big and grand. I didn't walk there today, and it's super windy at the moment. We'll have to see how the audio turns out. Is this a community club? Pasir Ris East Community Building. I thought it might be. I think we're doing a double crossing here. I'll wait for the lights to change. And they got a fish tea on that building there. Just kind of all kinds of sea creatures. We're going to continue on this side of Pasir Ris Drive 4. As it will be known from here on. Not named by me, but it just changes names here. I'm going to stand in the shadow for a bit. It's a pretty big community building. I wonder what kind of services they do have there. They have something on health and often all kinds of things that you need in daily life. The community, well, community club, community center. think that was also for many of us where we got the sort of first vaccinations. So there we go. So I'm heading towards this Buddhist temple that you see the sign for. The last time I was there was a super noisy construction site here. Let's hope it's a thing of the past now. It's quite a nice temple with a fairly unique look as well, I think. You can see it's a red building in the corner there. It's not what you would maybe expect. I don't know, maybe you expect that to be a Buddhist temple. But it does have a lot of the symbolism. And because it is quite unique looking, I think it's a nice place to visit, even if it took us a little bit over the half-an-hour mark. So you can imagine the whole heritage walk with the added walk through the construction sites is actually quite long. Look at all the detail. It's quite nice having some events, I think. Nice to see, definitely. Let's see if we can get a peek through here. I think someone was just taking a picture through here as well. There we go. We have a beautiful entrance with the, I think that's riding probably. Very pretty. Extended to 18th March. Is there something, an event going on here? So I think with that I'm going to bring this to a close. It would be a long trek to the next temple that goes on the heritage route, and some of it wouldn't be that interesting, so I think we're just going to leave it and I'll do another walk starting from that temple sometime. So I hope you enjoyed this walk through Pasir Ris from the Hawker Center and through the park, or the town park, to some of the streets, not that many, but some of them, and at least part of the heritage trail here. Thank you for joining me today, and with these views of Pasir Ris, I hope I'll see you again soon.